The Wires get another win. I'm going to be there watching it next week. I can't wait for that. It should hopefully be a bit of a packed stadium, even though it's against the Dragons. So hopefully it's a fun game. And the Warriors are on a 6-game winning streak, so good on them. After a really, well, it was a strange game, wasn't it? The start, obviously, Eagles went over early. Jacob Arthur scoring a really good try. Warriors went on a bit of a run, and then Eagles were ahead at halftime. So yeah, a good effort to get back in and get ahead in this game. And Eagles couldn't get a few things right to finish things off. But how good's Tohu Harris been in that last 3 weeks? Just getting a try in every single game. Not owning him here in fantasy, benching him every one of those weeks in Supercoach has been hilarious. And a 69 in this one, and a much better game for him. Yeah, got a turnover tackle in there, ran the footy plenty at 133 metres. Tackles was still fairly low at 36 and 3 misses, but to get the 5 tackle breaks to get the try. He's been great, so congrats to anyone who does own him. For anyone who has Watins Lesniak as well, a really, really good game there as well. 3 tries for his 69. For DCE, is 68 in this one with 2 try assists and just very clean across the park. Just the one error in this one, a couple of turnover tackles. Yeah, again, not much on the run meter side, but more just putting guys in holes there, and still with that 31 metres able to get an offload and also a tackle break there as well. But 23 tackles for 0 misses as a half usually means you're going to accumulate plenty of stats elsewhere with the kicking and then setting things up as well. So very, very happy with my selection of getting DCE now. After that 42 in that first game, I was very worried about it, especially considering the next 2 games were going to be Panthers and Warriors. He does finish with a nice 2 games as well. So it was like I was making the play for sort of 3 weeks and then hoping that he could get a 45-50 kind of average against those couple of sides. But he's exceeded that for now, which is great. Great news. Saab with 3 tries as well. So going up against Dallin in this one, which was fun. Opposite sides, but did the job there. Both in the 60s. Sipley with 57. Very, very solid there in that one. Let's get to the more relevant players. Ola Kawatu, for those that are looking at him, just still that stock standard 49 with a try saver in there as well. So he finds it hard to get out of his own way, doesn't he, to get to those really big scores. It's the lower tackle numbers, a little bit lower on the run meters, the odd negatives, and isn't able to get a lot of offloads and stuff in some weeks, and then other weeks he'll just score tries and still get a 49. That's funny how that works. But Adam Fanua-Blake with this 43. So this one's a really upsetting one. So the bloke had 3 offloads, 2 to hand, 1 to ground. It's the tackle numbers and the negatives in this one. So 8 in negatives, but the 20 tackles to go along with just the 1 tackle break and no attacking stats from there. It's very upsetting if you did grab him. 43 is not enough in those type of minutes, and it's not what you expect. Usually in that time he's getting 50 odd plus very comfortably, and then has the opportunity to score a try, and just wasn't able to get that in this one, unfortunately. Forward as well, 42 in his effort out there. So again, a few negatives kind of stopped him, and just all of these guys just lacking in one area. For forward, it was run meters in this one, and the tackle numbers weren't crazy high. Jake Trbojevic was the man, and Lockie Croker to get those big tackle numbers. So from the Warriors side, just wasn't as large. Tohu Harris plays 71 minutes for 36 tackles. Is pretty rare for him in that one. Ruben Garrick, 39 in this one. Did get a try assist, and he started really, really poor. I think he was -2 in about 19 minutes. So we'll definitely take the 39, but he could have had his opportunity to score, which wasn't given, which is tough to watch. There's obviously a few calls in this game. They're a bit contentious as well, and I can understand why fans of both teams would be a little bit frustrated in this one, and coaches and the like. So that's that there. But the 39, I suppose we'll take. I'll take it, with the way that's played out for him. He's priced a little bit under 50, so it's not too far under where he's, where you want him to be scoring, and he's fairly highly owned, in the high 60s at this stage of the season. Sean Johnson, the 35. So without the goal kicking, that's very frustrating. They kicked a lot of goals. He did get the field goal in this one late, which was obviously helpful, but still only 35 in this one. 12 tackles for 3 misses, not running the footy much. So that quad strain's obviously hampering him a bit. And if you would have multiple, a lot of trades there, then it might be the fact that he just doesn't goal kick for the next week or so, and then goal kicks for finals. I'm not exactly sure what they're waiting for. So he's fine to play, but isn't able to goal kick. So maybe during the week he's resting for the most part, and hopefully and doing his exercise or whatever he needs to do to get him right. But if you were to have a heap of trades left, then I can understand why you'd look to move him on. But they do play the Dragons next week, who have been having a good crack, but still a good opportunity for him to get try assists and tries on that because when he's on the field at the moment, he doesn't look too different. It's just even those goal kicks in this one in a lower game still nets him in the 40s in that one then. Chance 31, so got a try assist as well, which is a lovely one at that. Good run meters again. Good, just great to see him back and not get another head knock. It was really helpful for him. If you did own him and play him, I'm hoping you were looping in this one. And then Schuster got the 25 minutes at the end there and wasn't able to do his job well. And then Kohler, 13. Yeah, just the up and down nature. This is back to where those scores were at the beginning of the year. And then Wade Egan going off with another head injury assessment. Poor fella. I think he might miss some time, unfortunately, as well. He missed a couple of weeks a few months ago. Might happen again here. Hopefully he's back for finals, though. Eels and Roosters. So the Roosters were on this something fierce. They were back in a good way. And Eels are just not, unfortunately. So a lot of the really important players end up with some big scores. And let's just start with the upsetting news there of Tedesco slipping over, copping one in the head. Have anyone seen this before where they've given someone a Cat 2 live and then they've upgraded to Cat 1? God, that was some terrible news for me. After him going so well, I'm very happy with the score, obviously. And this could have been way better. Yeah, 18 minutes to go on 76. Roosters on a roll. He could have got a few more attacking stats there, but wasn't to be. So he was incredible with his 76. It's just worrying for next week, and hopefully they do challenge it, or if they're at an angle that we didn't see, because once he got hit, he was there and he was trying to look over his shoulder just to see what happened with the play, and you could see the sort that he dropped it. So he's like, annoying, and he's got caught one in the face too, and they've dropped it. Was more the reaction I saw. I'm not sure if there was something afterwards or when he was up walking off, but he was trying to tell them that he was fine. I don't know. I think he was trying to tell them he was fine, or I don't know at this point. But yeah, I suppose they could try and appeal it. Yeah, they're trying to make it into the finals. If he's okay, obviously, if he's not okay, then yeah, he should be taking the week off. But if he is, who knows at the moment? It could be like a Lemuelu situation, which we don't want. Brown was 77 as well, so he had that really nice run through the back end there. Got plenty of meters, got a line break there. Did end up with the try-saver turnover tackle as well, and 32 tackles for 2 misses. Incredible work from Dylan, and it's very high. It's probably what we expected, somewhere around that 60 average over the next couple of weeks. He does have the bye though, so if you were looking at him as a head-to-head play, this was the man to do it because he was going to control everything. Didn't have to kick as much, still 146 meters, but yeah, overall great on his part. Nat Butcher was very, very low. He was 19 at half time, and then got a couple of line breaks in there near the end of the match, and then a try in the last minute. That just put the dagger in it for me. But yeah, well done to him for being able to get his score back from the depths, because it was in a struggling time. It was if you had Butcher and McInnes at that point, you were very, very upset, and thankfully he pulled it out for you. Hopgood, very happy with his efforts on the edge. He was able to run some decent lines. Got 106 meters gained, 4 tackle breaks, 3 offloads. It was good news there. 4 missed tackles, which something that happens to him semi-regularly anyway. But yeah, really, really good efforts on his front. Radley playing big minutes and getting back to decent scores, which he's had a few of them in recent time. Brandon Smith back to big minutes. Again, not sure what happened last week and why he got low minutes, but played well in this one. Was able to run the footy, get offloads, good tackle breaks, good tackle numbers as well. Suoli'i as well, 57. So since moving to the wing, it's been a much better situation for him. If he was to start there this year, I don't think it would have changed too much, just because the Roosters are playing better now as well, and he's going to get involved when the Roosters are playing better. The wings are going to score well. So that's our team. If you need a bit of cover, a bit of a 500k, then he's obviously a solid play. Manu there at 55, so he's now going to move to fullback, which means that I think most people should have him in their side next week. If you have trades in that centre wing situation, then Manu's going to be your man. So he again started pretty slow as well, and then turned it on with a terrific try assist to Teddy, and did plenty of good things. And you see how many big scores there are in this game. We're still in the 50s at this point. Tyrell May been amazing, so he's the last few weeks he's been getting good minutes and just PPM beast at the moment, which is great. Collins was big as well. Hutchison, the 52. Sorry, I've meant to say, guys, these scores have not updated yet, actually. So Teddy down to 74. Butcher 68, I believe, at this point. Hopgood went up to 69, actually. Smith was similar, I believe. Hutchison was 54. Yeah, just from memory there. But 33 tackles for 1 miss for him was incredible. Well done. Gutho was all right. Yeah, just trying his heart out. Unfortunately, he had that drop near the end that kind of put the dagger in it for him. But yeah, a few calls that he wasn't happy with, obviously. Campbell Gillard, the 50, so he worked hard and they needed him for that big amount of minutes. Wong with 46, if you could loop him, awesome. You'll take that, I think, against most players. Cartwright with the low one, so got a nice try early, but big missed tackle numbers and error numbers. Ugh, yuck for him. Also yuck for Madison at 33 and 54 minutes, so 10 in negatives. Very low. Like to have one offload, no tackle breaks for Maddo. He's obviously gone off a cliff at the moment. So if you are looking at potentially trading him, I wouldn't push you away from it. If he would be your last trade next week, that would be fine. He misses the week after. So yeah, either way, you're only getting him for one game, and then you kind of just run the gauntlet of playing someone else, and hopefully they can get the couple of games out of it. I think he might end up a little bit higher. I can't remember exactly. Hands somewhere around there, 23. If you cop that, if you had to play him, for those that aren't or struggling to get a 17 on the park, then that's that. Penasini went up to 25 as well. I looped him, so he's in my 5 slot. I think I'm going to play Max King over him, obviously, and hope for a 40 plus there. But yeah, it was just going to happen this way with the way the team's going as well. Brown moved to his side, which was good, but you've got Cartwright that's only really going to pass the ball to him if it's an offload, and a lot of time that's points for Cartwright, and sometimes put Penasini in a pretty average spot, or it's covered, like he's going to go over the sideline, he's passing it back kind of thing. So yeah, not too much happening for Penn at the moment. And yeah, Billy Smith back to return to earth, a 17 in this one. So team played well, but it was a lot of it down the right hand side until it was right at the end, and that was Nat Butcher going through. So that's the ending of this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the 3 Saturday games, and we'll see you in the next one.